Hi, warriors. I'm so excited to lead you through this gentle, heart-opening flow. It's the perfect place to check in before your shift or anytime you feel like you need a little extra space. As always, I'd like to begin by expressing my incredible gratitude for the hard work that you do, both inside the walls of the hospital and out. It is my honor to lead you through this practice. So let's begin. We're going to begin our practice in child's pose. Big toes come together to touch, knees spread wide, hands gently reaching forward. Forehead grounding down into the mat. Just beginning to notice how the body feels today. Bringing awareness to the breath here, can you begin to find space and length? Beginning to breathe in and out through the nose. Inhaling for a count of 5 and exhaling for a count of 5. Beginning to add sound to the breath here. Ujjayi breath, victorious breath. This is a gentle constriction in the back of the throat that creates an ocean-like quality to the breath. This sound creates a point of focus for the mind as we move through our practice. Gently walking your hands over to the top right corner of the mat. Finding length in the left side body. Let's take a cleansing breath here. In through the nose and out the mouth with a ha sound. Walking the hands back through center and over to the top left corner of the mat. Finding space in the right side body. Let's take another cleansing breath here. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Shifting back through center. Coming onto the elbows here, bringing the hands behind the head in prayer position. Taking a moment to set an intention for your practice. Maybe something simple like peace, or just to be present in each moment as it comes. Gently releasing, coming up onto all fours into a tabletop position. Hips over knees, shoulders over wrists. Beginning to move through cat-cows here. Inhaling, pulling the heart forward, gaze forward. Exhale, rounding the spine, navel drawing up, cat. Inhale, pulling the heart forward, cow. And exhale, rounding the spine,
cat. Just beginning to move with your own breath here. Perhaps taking hip circles or figure eights, whatever feels good for your body. This is our first point of connection with moving with our breath. So just really beginning to feel into that space here. Coming back to a neutral tabletop position. I'm going to stay down on the knees here and walk our hands forward for puppy pose. Forehead can come down to the mat, or for a deeper stretch, bringing the chin down and gaze forward. Puppy is a really juicy stretch for our upper body. Just beginning to open our hearts here. Walking our hands back, we're gonna tuck the toes under and press our hips back for our first downward facing dog. Totally okay if the hamstrings are tight here to keep your knees bent. Really just looking for length in the spine. Otherwise, heels are reaching for the mat. Just beginning to walk out your dog here. Finding space and length. And coming into our still expression of downward facing dog. Heels behind the toes. Pads of the hands pressing into the mat. Hips high towards the sky. And when you're ready, we're going to tiptoe to the top of our mat, coming into a forward fold, bringing the feet slightly wider than the hips. I'm going to come up for a half lift here, grabbing our elbows, beginning to sway side to side. Again, totally okay to keep your knees bent here. Just gently swaying back and forth, opening up the spine. On an inhale, left hand comes down to the middle of the mat. Bending into the left knee, right arm reaches for the sky for a twist. Take another cleansing breath here, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Gently unwinding, right arm comes to the center of the mat, bending the right knee. Left arm reaching for the sky, feeling that long line of energy from the bottom hand all the way to the top. Taking another cleansing breath here, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Gently unwinding. Gonna walk the feet together and slowly roll up the spine to Tadasana, hands down by the side. Crown of the head reaching for the ceiling. This is an expression of openness and surrender. Inhale, reaching the arms overhead, gaze high. Exhale, folding forward with a flat back. Inhale, lifting up halfway. Exhale, planting the hands and stepping back to a plank position. Really finding our power here. Shoulders are over the wrists, pressing through the back toes, quads engaged, navel drawing towards the spine. It's okay to come down onto your knees here if you need to, but remember to still shift forward. Otherwise, we're going to slowly lower down to our belly, keeping everything engaged. Feet can come wide here for a little rest on our low back. Inhale, we're pressing up for a cobra pose, only going as far as you need. Gently taking the gaze over the right shoulder and the left. Coming back down, we're going to press back for downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Just taking a moment here before we set up our flow. Inhale is going to roll us forward to a plank position. Exhale, bending the knees, pressing back for bear pose. Heels come down to downward facing dog. Inhale, rolling forward to plank pose. Exhale, bending the knees for bear. Heels come down, downward facing dog. Let's take this one more time on your own. Finding a little rest after the heat. Taking a few breaths here. On your next inhale, right leg is going to extend long behind, bending the knees, stacking the hips, taking a moment to open, taking a few kicks here, rolling the ankle, and then taking bigger circles with the knee, clockwise and counterclockwise. Extending the leg long behind. Exhale, drawing the knee towards the nose and gently placing the foot down for a runner's lunge. Beginning to open up the hip here, rocking back and forth. Bending into the forward knee. Back knee comes down, back foot pressing into the mat. Arms rise overhead for crescent B. Opening the arms to a cactus expression here. Gaze towards the ceiling, heart high. Coming back through center, hands come around the forward foot. Back foot spins flat, hands walk out to the top left corner of the mat. Thinking down dog in our upper back. Walking back through center, coming high on the back toes. Left hand comes down, right arm spins high for crescent twist. Really making sure our back quad is engaged here. And feeling the energy moving through our top hand. Coming back through center, stepping back through plank. Exhaling through bear pose, heels down for Adho Mukha Svanasana. Taking 3 breaths here. Setting up the other side, left leg long behind, stacking the hips. Kicking the foot to open up the knee. rolling the ankle. And again, taking big circles, opening up the hip. Left leg extends long. Exhale, drawing knee to nose and gently placing the foot down. Rocking back and forth in our runner's lunge. Pressing back into our runner's lunge. Back knee comes down, back foot down, pressing through, arms come overhead, crescent B. Again, taking that cactus expression, heart open. Coming back to our runner's lunge. Back heel spins flat, hands reaching now for the right top corner of our mat. Finding length in our spine, feeling into that forward hip. Walking back through our runner's lunge, spinning back to the back toes. Right hand comes down, this time left arm reaching for the sky, spiraling our heart open for crescent twist. Coming back through center and stepping back for a plank. Exhale brings us back through bear pose. Heels come down, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Taking 3 breaths here. We're going to come down onto our knees here. Tops of the feet come down, hips can sit back just for a moment. Coming into our big heart opener here, camel pose or Ustrasana. Knees are hip width apart. Coming high on the knees, we're really going to think about pressing our hips forward here. Hands come to heart center in prayer position. And maybe just gently looking up towards the ceiling. If this is enough for you, stay here. Otherwise, feel free to deepen your expression by leaning the heart towards the sky. Gently releasing. Sitting back on the seat. We'll take a moment of rest before we do our second camel pose. Coming back high on the knees, bringing hands to heart center, preparing for our second set. Inhale, gaze towards the sky, really pressing through our hips. Feeling supported in our deepest expression. Gently releasing. We're going to come into a counter pose here, rabbit pose. Knees come together, feet together. Binding the hands behind the back, taking a little lift here. Forehead comes down to the mat, arms reaching overhead. Gently pressing into the crown of the head here, looking for that stretch in the back of the neck. Gently releasing the bind, sitting the seat back, pressing up. We're just going to sweep our feet to the side and gently sit down on our bottom. bringing the legs out in front, preparing for Baddha Konasana, or bound angle pose. Pads of the feet come together, knees wide. Inhale, giving you length, and exhale, gently folding forward. You can use the hands here to open the pads of the feet like a book, and elbows pressing the knees down. Each inhale giving you length, and each exhale surrendering in peace. Releasing the posture, coming back to a seat, bringing the knees together. We're going to gently roll down onto our back. And take some easy twists here. Right knee drawing into the chest. We're going to shift our hips over to the side and gently pull the right knee down to the left. Right arm can open into a cactus expression here, gazing towards the right. Gently releasing, giving the right knee one more pull to the heart, and switching legs. Left knee comes in now. Bumping the hips over to the left. Left knee coming down to the right mat. Gaze over the left arm. Feeling a big opening from the hip all the way through the left arm. Gently releasing, drawing the left knee back in towards the chest. And bringing the feet down long. Feet come wide for our final resting posture, Shavasana. Letting go of any organized breath here. Palms facing up towards the ceiling to receive. Just beginning to enjoy the expansiveness of this beautiful practice. Nothing left to do, nothing left to be, just love. Feel free to stay here as long as you'd like. Beginning to move back into the body, gently moving the fingertips and the toes, moving the head side to side, reaching the arms overhead for a big morning stretch. Gently rolling over to one side, resting the head on the arm. Gently pressing up to a seated position here, just taking an easy seat, keeping the eyes closed. Hands can come to the knees, palms facing up. Allowing this love and gratitude that you've cultivated in your practice to flow up your spine, through the crown of your head and out into the world. Bringing the hands to heart center.
My sweet, sweet nurturing warriors, it has been my honor to guide you through this practice from the deepest place of love and light within me. I honor the same place of love and light within you. We'll end our practice with one chant of Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Inhale. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste.